Professor R.K. Rana. Please give them a big round of applause. Now, before we start with the meticulous point event, I would like to introduce you with our distinguished speakers. Professor Rajaram, Dr. Pooja Vyas, Shrivastava Paheli, Ms. Soumya K, Ms. Raziya Sultana, Dr. Zaiba Ali, T.V. Shrivastava. Now I hand over the mic to the respected Rapporteur sir for the session. Thank you.
Good afternoon all. We are going to start this new session in afternoon. And the paper presenters are here almost 6 or 7. And we are just very much running short of the time, and I just want to request, my sincere and humble request to all the speakers, please stick to the time to conduct this program very smoothly. So this is my humble request. Almost 5 to 6 minutes may only be given to the speaker. So I request them to only read their main points of their paper, and then we can, if we have time, we can start discussion on that. So first of all, I would like to call upon Professor Rajaram from India. Please present his paper.
Lovely audience. The time is being reduced more and more, so we have only 5 and 6 minutes, so it will be very difficult. Anyway, I try to present my paper. Just a few words about myself. I am a painter, critic, and art historian, and a founder, member of the Saptavarni Srajan Shodh Kala Sahitya Each. So the title of my paper is The Presence of Buddhist Art Concepts in the Christianized Roman Empire, that is Byzantine Empire. The efforts of modern research scholars have revealed presence of Byzantine art, that is 4 to 15th century AD Christianized Roman Empire with a new capital Byzantium, Constantinople or present Istanbul, which of course in course of time spread throughout Europe. Having close relations with Buddhism, so far known the least in Europe, art and literature, which their own close mutual dialogue were used by the Byzantine Orthodox Christianity and the Buddhism both for the adoration to their respective facts. A few major evidences are notable here. I will be talking about 6 groups as evidence. The first, and along with that, we will be show 4 first pictures, one by one. The rocks, the hills, in the background of the miniatures, the mosaics, or the murals are characteristic of Byzantine art. The Byzantine rocks take either a natural but conventional singular shape, as seen in the mosaics of Saint Katare of the 6th century at Rana in Italy. Just I go ahead. At Ajanta, the Metro Matra Koshika Jataka mural, 6th century AD, shows these rocks below the elephant's feet. In look, they were very close to the Byzantine rocks in the Saint Katare mosaics. Ajanta is the storehouse of such characteristic rocks. Here they are known as the conceptual rocks or the conventional rocks. So second group you will see. There are 5 pictures to be shown here. The floral scrolls. The Maximianus chair shows early Christian treatment of wine scrolls in Nesbian style, carved ivory panels decorated with high rounded weight with purely decorative elements. Wine scrolls having rich naturalistic foliage interspersed with various birds and animals, including stags, peacocks, and humped oxen in their convolutions. The Indian word goose is also used in the decoration. With Maximianus here, we are in the presence of a major ivory work incontrovertibly of Oriental origin. This well-known episcopal chair of Archbishop Maximianus of Ravenna is the largest and principal example that is the finest wood ivory work surviving from 6th century period. The site of the great palace of the Byzantine Empire, honored at Constantinople, exposed a 6th century mosaic floor which originally occupied 4 sides of a great peristyle court of some 70 meters square size. The peristyle was approximately 10 meters deep on each side, comprising of an inner and outer decorative floral and faunal border of a scroll ornate with lotus buds, each rather more than a meter wide. At Ajanta, the artist's love for nature and for decorative details is notable, particularly in the 5th century. His decorative sense seems to touch the extreme heights under the Vakataka ruler. He left not an inch space unadorned on the walls, ceiling, columns, etc. Massy lotus creepers are interspersed with bulls, elephants, human figure, swan, peepholes, and the famous Indian geese. Similar scrolls can be found in Indian sculpture, the halo of the 5th century Sarnath Buddha, Mathura Buddha, and the diaper ornament of the facing of the 6th century Dhammika Stupa present good examples of such floral scrolls on stone. Now, these are the next group of 6 pictures after this. Several architectural elements in the Byzantine art and the Ajanta frescoes are also analogous. A dwelling type with an arched roof sometimes appears in the Byzantine miniatures and murals. The arch is always shown almost in front view with a window beneath. Every view of the dwelling, the philologus and the Varna Nivasa presentation show these dwellings in plenty. In the 10th century miniature of Soumya di Giove, one can observe sort of a projection on top of the arched roof. The dwelling type with parallel-vaulted roof is not only common but acquires a special significance in Indian art. It appears with 2 Christian cross-like projections on top of the 2 ends. Now, some more architectural elements. These 2 varieties I am showing, one Byzantine and another Indian. The pillar capitals in the Byzantine miniatures of the 11th century at St. Katare Monastery of Mount Sinai are most akin to the capitals in the frescoes of the Dying Princes and the royal couple at Ajanta in caves 16 and 17, respectively. A canopy held on such 4 pillars is also another common motif. Now we shift to 4th group. Here we will be showing one by one 5 pictures. Our Lady of Lalini is the icon of the Virgin, characterized for its thoughtful glance, turned downwards or to the side, the slightly drooping eyelids, the majestic so and so. Later, some of the 16th century icons, St. Thomas, St. Luke, St. James, etc., truly express this stylized pose and attitude as found in this icon. The same figures have stylized poses and fingers with head slightly held sideways and bent. The position of the arms and the characteristic posture of all these saint figures immediately recall Indian art. The Tribhanga posture, more specifically the image of glorification Padmavani at Ajanta. Now we are shifting to 5th group. Here you will be showing 2 pictures. There is a long series of mudras or hand gestures well discussed in the Indian iconography. The hand gestures have specific names like the Abhay Mudra, Katare Mudra, Anjali Mudra, etc. The Byzantine hand gestures like the gestures of reassurance, Benedicto Latina, Benedicto Greca, and miscellaneous other gestures form interesting parallels with the Indian mudras. Byzantine hand gestures are also significant in the religious practices. There are many other gestures in Byzantine art which do not seem to possess any iconographic meaning, liturgical function, or any convention even. However, the visual analogies of such miscellaneous hand gestures can be established with those of the varietal gestures as extended at Ajanta. I have myself drawn from the murals of the monasteries in Greece. Now the last steps will go. There are thematic and art ideological parallels too in the Byzantine art at Ajanta. The mother dedicating her son to asceticism is a common theme which inspired both the Byzantine and the Indian artists. In Byzantine Church of St. Demetrius in Thessaloniki, Greece, the theme is represented in a mosaic of the second half of the 5th century. The mother is dedicating her son to St. Demetrius. There is a three-tiered naturalistic tree in the landscape background of the panel, which is identical to the apex. Is symbolized three-tiered umbrella at the tree of life on the Buddhist slope of Assange. In Indian art, the same theme can be seen executed both in painting and sculpture. The Queen Yashodhara presents her son Rahul to Gautam Buddha. We very much know. Now I read out the last essay. In Byzantine art, the story of Rajaram and Vyas, the metamorphosis into Christianity of the Buddha tradition by the 1st century Sanskrit poet Rapporteur was very frequently painted in illuminations, murals, and icon form. The story appeared in various versions and in so many languages such as so and so. India always remained in touch with the West through centuries, through land and sea, through commerce, through various classes of travelers, and just ending towards the land, and through diplomatic and religious envoys. Movements of even individual artists in person between Byzantine Empire and India was not impossible. The Byzantine-Buddhist lady Tamara Talbot-Rice refers to a room completely decorated in Indian style in the Great Palace of Constantinople. One might not wonder if future investigations unveil some such artists who might have worked both for Indian and Byzantine provinces. Investigations in the form of a vast research project and from the Indian point of view are most needed to take industry. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Rajaram. Thank you very much indeed. Very good presentation. And now our next speaker is Dr. Pooja Vyas. Please give a short introduction of yours, and you have only 6 minutes.
भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्. Respected Chairperson, Professor Rana, respected Madam Shashi Prabhakumar, respected Madam Kusum Jain, respected Madam Shobha Mishra, and all the dignitaries present in the hall. My paper title is Relevance for the Dharma traditions. At the very outset, I would like to point out that both the Vedic seers and the Buddha have given supreme importance to the cult of Dharma. The two have a common aim to develop the individual, state, and society on the basis of fundamental tenets of the true spirituality, religion, and morality. As a matter of fact, Buddha himself has declared categorically that he is not only continuing the path of enlightenment, as shown by the ancient seers, like it's present in the Samudra Nikaya second. Thus, Dharma and Dhamma are intimately related to each other. If we make a thorough study of the Vedic literature, Dharma means the universal law, Rit. It is which rules the whole cosmos, and hence we have to follow this in the total. Only then we can develop integrity. Similarly, the Buddha is never tired of emphasizing the fact of Dharma. Dhamma is a fixed way of life, governed and conducted by a safe moral discipline. The Mahabharata tells us that the Dharma supports and exalts the cause of universal welfare. It inspires us to act for the progress of the whole mankind. In the same way, Majjhima Nikaya declares, Dhamma is actually itself a system of moral discipline, which is based upon the customs and the traditions and have come forth from the time immemorial. In my opinion, the philosophy of Dhamma is the most relevant for the contemporary man. As a matter of fact, this redemptive aspect of the Buddhist philosophy is the need of the hour, as it shall relieve him of all the stress and the tension. The Vedic and Buddhist philosophies have influenced the Indian philosophy and culture the most. Eminent Indian scholars like Dr. Radhakrishnan, contemporary Dr. D. Pandishke, Professor S.R. Bhatt also, etc. have thrown this sufficient light on this very important topic. As far as the Dr. Radhakrishnan is concerned, he advocates a synthetic approach in his opinion, the life and the teachings of the great incarnation of the Supreme Godhead. In my opinion, he follows the Bhagavad philosophy, which insists on the accepting Buddha as incarnation of Lord Vishnu. Vedas find that there are 10 incarnations of Lord Vishnu, the God of protection. According to him, Lord Krishna is the fullest manifestation. Atte Gomsa Chanshakala Kingshu Bhagavan Swayam. He declared himself as a God there. Lord Buddha was, according to me, the God of compassion, wisdom and peace. Pragya, Karuna and Mudita. It may be pointed out here that Dr. Asi Pandey, Dr. Bharkar, Dr. Bandiste were the stalwarts of their own fields. Dr. Pandey emphasized on the exclusive greatness of Buddhism. Dr. Bandiste adopted more or less a synthetic approach but gave his own interpretations of the concept of Dharma and Adharma. If study the prevalent condition of the Vedic and Indian society, well, we shall find the Vedic seers as a great law for the moral and supernatural elements and elements of curiosity, which is a main source of philosophical and good face to attract them. To a great extent, the events of rain with the summer, the cycle and the change of the nature surprised them. Their curiosity was the childish. To begin with, the gradually that realized that all these events occur to the grace of the unseen forces. The wheel of action, Karma Chakra, fascinated them, and gradually they came to realize the nature of manifestation to the deities like Surya, Indra, Varuna, etc. This led them to the theory of idealism, polytheism, monotheism, and ultimately to non-dualism. Ekam Sata Vipra Bauddha Dhadhanti. The metaphysical aspects of the Vedic philosophy which we have presented above is truly a very deep and the basis of ethical and social aspects, very correctly expressed by the term of dharma. According to etymology of Sanskrit word, dharma comes from the root dhriti. It means to hold. Thus, dharma is that which holds the entire universe. I would like to mention here that the Indian Vedic seers have had a very wide vision of the structure of society. In their opinion, society consists of 4 classes: Brahmin, intellectuals; Kshatriya, warriors; Vaishya, businessmen; Shudra, the serving people. In the same vision, they accepted that there are 4 aims of the life: dharma, the attachment of virtues; artha, earning money; kam, enjoying the worldly pleasure and all; and moksha, attaining emancipation from the shackles of the ignorance of the bondage. And the 4 stations of life: celibacy, brahmacharya, household management, grihastashram; recluse, the vanaprastha; liberation, the life dedicated to attaining release from the bondage of ignorance. Those prove that the Vedic seers had a very comprehensive human life and its various aspects, problem and the solution. And needless to add that the Dharma played the main role in the development of the society. Returning to the Buddhist ideology, we find that the great Lord Buddha was a prince, and he had 4 major experiences due to which he realized that a very beautiful wife and a very good looking promising son Rahul could not take him from the renouncing this world of measuring and throws, accepting the path of mendicants and ascetics. Though Buddha claimed that his path of Dhamma came from the ancient seers and traditions and also the earlier great masters of spirituality. It must be accepted that Dharma, the main tenet of the Buddhist morality, comes solely from his personal life and teachings, the theories, the 4 noble truths and 8-fold path, nirvana, ultimate peace, the means to attain it, and its outcome, pragya, karuna and mudita, peace or shanti is the main essence of Lord Buddha's teaching. I just conclude my things that today the concept of dharma are taken to the widest possible connotation. It is in this sense that Dr. Mandiste called the Dhamma is the only savior, that the title of his book he wrote it down in that matter. It unfortunate the philosophical disputes, the fight between the impersonal and the personal aspects of reality, the Vedantic concept, the fight between the heterodox and orthodox sects of the conventional Indian philosophy, or the difference between the different schools of the Buddhist